Tell everybody, hey everybody, what's going on? I was actually in the middle of telling our very awesome guest Vaughn Coleman a story.
Yeah, let's hear it.
But yeah, so at the at that convention up in Lehigh Valley, while we were waiting in line to get in, so before we saw you and I introduced myself to you, I guess you walked past and you ever so slightly bumped the bag on her back, and she was like, you know what?
Oh, I
You know what?
did?
I don't care. I don't care if he's your buddy. I don't care if he write a cool comic book. You little fuck. I was like, he's from New Jersey. I don't give a fuck with her Jersey
I did?
accent.
I must have not realized that. I'm sorry if I did.
No. Don't be sorry.
Yes, be sorry. Say excuse me.
I don't remember doing that. I normally...
It's dude. Half of it's in her head. It's okay.
Wait, when was this?
At the convention.
I was behind the table. When did that...
No. When you were walking in and out before they officially opened it up.
Oh, I must have not realized. I'm sorry.
Dude, I didn't realize it either. She's just... It's fine.
I'm sorry, what?
She's crazy. She holds on to grudges.
No, but you were a sweetheart, Vaughn. I'm glad I met you. You're awesome.
See,
thank you.
See, she was full of it. She was giving you a hard time.
But I do like to have manners.
There's your full of it.
Oh, for sure. Hey, don't hit me with his awesome book.
I
His awesome
recognize
book.
that back cover.
Oh, that was his book?
Yes, don't hit me with his book.
I'm so sorry. Hold on.
But anyway, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for being here.
There we go.
There we go. Now I got it. I'm surprised you didn't get the spoon. Anyway.
A spoon?
Oh yeah, dude. There's a whole mythos behind Queen Comic's wife's spoon at this point.
Do not bring up my spoon in this chat.
I won't. That's gonna be saved for another day. Don't worry. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I'm ComixDad. We are here with Vaughn Coleman, the creator of Phenomenova. And the reason why we're here is not just because he's awesome, and not because he's got flowing golden locks, and not because, you know, he just bumps into hapless, helpless ladies in line for comic conventions. But we're here because Vaughn's awesome title, Phenomenova, has its third issue that is currently in its last... I think 50 hours now at this point.
Is that what it is? Yeah, it looks like
Let's see.
it.
Let's refresh. Oh, in its last 52 hours on Kickstarter for its campaign, which, by the way, first and foremost, congratulations on hitting the funding goal. That's
Thank you.
awesome, man. And, but there's always room to grow, and there's always room for more, especially, you know how Kickstarter works. Vaughn's got some awesome awesome couple of stretch goals built into there too, and we definitely like to have anybody just, first off, just get any interest in Phenomenova, but also maybe we can help hit one of those final stretch goals in these last couple of days here. But first and foremost, though, Vaughn, brother, thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you for having me.
As everybody, as I was kind of alluding to, I had the chance to meet Vaughn a few weeks ago, up in like eastern / northeastern Pennsylvania at a convention up there. It was a fun time, and I got to not just shake this man's hand in a very a violent and threatening manner, but
Scary.
very scary manner. But I was able to, and I've read Phenomenova 1 and 2 on Global Comics, but I was able to grab a really awesome Phenomenova #1 cover, which the green screen's not going to work with because, you know, there's green in it, but...
There you go.
But there you go. And look at that, where is it? Look at that John Hancock right there. Mm-hmm. Half the second half of that name being the opportune word. Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna riz you a little bit, but I did. So whatever. Well, that was it. I got it out of my system. We're good. But thank you to the three you hanging out on YouTube. Hey, you know what? It's still 3 more people that I ever thought would be watching me, so I appreciate you guys being here tonight. The 4 people who have already viewed the broadcast.x, and the Rumble crowd has decided to up and abandon me, so it is what it is. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm a functional idiot. I'm just surprised people have watched me up to this point. But Vaughn, brother, why don't you go ahead, I guess, just start by introducing yourself to anybody who hasn't happened to have heard of you or seen you on various streams or on X or anything like that real quick.
Yeah. So my name is Vaughn Coleman. I'm the writer and creator of a comic book series called Phenomenova. We currently have 2 issues out. And then, of course, we have a 3rd one that is on Kickstarter right now and is currently being made as we speak. It's a superhero story set 20 years after World War III and follows a brand new generation of superheroes. So in our first 2 issues, we follow Miles Hanksley. He's the son of a veteran who was struck by lightning while holding a mysterious crystal, and he finds himself awakening with lightning powers and super speed, and tries to stop a heist at a nuclear reactor. Issue 3, we're seeing that kind of continue.
And what you want to just touch on issue 2 a little bit there, because I know issue 2 was kind of was a little shorter than issue 1.
No, it was important, but
it was definitely important.
in my
what
brevity.
happened in it. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I realized I kind of skipped past myself. I could talk about that too, but I was just kind of going into it. Yeah, issue 2 is basically like where Miles begins his training to join the title team Phenomenova. In issue 3, we're kind of continuing an investigation into what happened at the reactor after he blacked out, before he blacked out, putting the pieces together, and we're finally introduced to the title team itself. So now is a great time to get on board the series.
Absolutely. And also, just real quick before we get any further into our conversation, for anybody that is interested in checking out Phenomenova, if you just look in the description, you'll find Vaughn's. You'll find the link to the Kickstarter for Phenomenova number 3, which we'll be bringing up here on the screen in a couple moments. But you'll also find the links to Vaughn's X account, Vaughn's website, Rebel Oasis Studios, and also Rebel Oasis Studios page on Global Comics as well. So be sure to go check out all those links, especially that Kickstarter link. That is the big one for tonight. But yeah, man. So let's I guess I'll have this just up on screen while we just chat a little bit. But first and foremost, congratulations on definitely hitting your goal.
Thank you.
Like I said, and then 285 backers is nothing to sneeze at. That's awesome. And there's still plenty of time to go to keep going up and having more people get interested in this really, really awesome and very well-crafted story and world that you've built here with Phenomenova. So I guess my first question for you is, man, where did Phenomenova come from? Where did the inspiration of this kind of this superhero team, this world, just this like I said, this very awesome universe and story of yours that you've been building, how did it kind of all start?
So it started when I was a kid. I was in I think when I initially came up with the idea that would become Phenomenova, it was second grade. Now I had started off watching the movies and stuff. I didn't get into the comics until I was a little older. But the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, the X-Men movie, a lot of those are a big inspiration. And I remember especially this first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. And to the point where obviously my origin story is in a lot of ways very inspired by that. And it was an idea for movies that I, of course, thought I would star in and write and direct. Hence why the character kind of looked like me, is because that was the idea I came up with when I was a kid. And then it evolved over the years. I'd put it down for a bit, but I had a series of movies, and then I'd come back to it. Okay, add some more, back to it. Okay, then I'm more into the animated series, like Young Justice and whatever. Okay. Suddenly it resurfaces and becomes more of a series format. Goes dormant again, and that would keep happening. But at one point, my friend had been like, do something more interesting in your world, and I decided to revisit it, and I was like, oh, what if it's set after World War III, and there's these legacy heroes, and it evolved and evolved and evolved until it became, what it is. And it wasn't until I was in college when I was had decided I wanted to read some X-Men comics and really dive back into it. Okay. Ironically, when I was at film school, that was what I was majoring in, when I decided I wanted to do comics.
So which run of X-Men? Was it Claremont X-Men?
Claremont's. But I started with Giant Size, and then I moved into Claremont's run. And that run made me go, I want to do this. The nonstop telling big budget ideas, the stories going forward and forward and forward. It was great.
Yeah, that was definitely kind of the hallmark of that whole run with Chris Claremont, and granted, I hate what Marvel Comics has been doing for the most part, and I hate the trajectory that company has gone in. But I do love that they have been doing that they have been reprinting some of Chris Claremont's stories as of late, because
I had
pretty
read
much prototypical X-Men at this point.
I had read this, and then they didn't have Volume 6 out yet. And I was like, well, crap. And then I was like, I don't feel like waiting I'm gonna get Marvel Unlimited, and so I did. And now they have all these volumes out, but I've read most of it digitally. But I do intend on getting all of it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Now that
For
they
sure.
have all of it, I do intend on getting all of it.
And Queen Comics Life said, "I'm excited to read the comic next week." So I gotta. Well, do you mean this one, Queen Comics Life? No. This is not being touched by human hands again, not unless it's in this bag. But Queen Comics Life, I will hook you up on Global Comics though, through my Global Comics account, and you could read it there, Queen Comics Life.
I'm on the front page, yeah. Or you could get main covers. You know.
Well, that's funny you say that. So you know what? Let's go into. Well, we'll jump around a little bit. Let's go into the rewards that you have listed for the Kickstarter.
So for context, if you do like variant covers, this is the cheapest you'll get them. As you know, you pay for those variant covers at a convention; they are like much higher in price.
For sure, but I will say it was absolutely worth it just picking up one from you in person because definitely showing the love, man. As opposed to like maybe some of these bigger ones or these bigger guys that like have 1,000 different variant covers and they're pricing them through the friggin' roof or whatever. Yours are still reasonably priced, man, and it's for high quality work too. So I had no problem with that. Like you say, it's at a higher price, but it's still a reasonable price point by most standards, and it's a lot higher quality of both cover and a story. So
thank you. Yeah, I try.
Well, maybe I need my own copies, you cheap bastard. Fine. Well, it's funny you say that, Quick Comics Life, because like I said, the rewards, and funny you mentioned that as well, Vaughn, picking up 1 and 2, there is a reward tier where you could actually pick up all 3 main cover copies of Phenomenova. And that is actually already what I am signed up for my man, because I love what you're doing, and also even though I read it on Global Comics, I want the physical books in my hand. I am definitely a physical over digital guy.
Yeah, me too, but sometimes you got to. Like I'm reading all of Invincible on Global Comics right now. I want to get all 3 of those. I read all of Claremont's X-Men run. I do want to go back and buy all of it. I do.
Oh yeah, and it's just
I bought some of it in here, but I do want to buy all of it. Like when I'd get to certain points in the run, I'd get like Vaugh the Mutants, Mutant Massacre, Dark Phoenix, Days of Future Past. Those I would get physical if I could.
And I think the idea of digital comics, or not the idea, but the concept of digital comics and how they're being used, especially in the indie space, with a lot of the self-published creators like yourself and a lot of others, where they're offering both physical and digital, is probably the best way to do it, because there's obviously the majority of comic readers probably love physical media, and that's why they all started reading comics, because there was a book they could hold in their hand. But now also, as we've all seen over the years, the collection scene and the whole comic book collecting has kind of become more of a sport than anything else at this point. So if anybody wants to have your book but never touch it, because let's face it, I personally believe Phenomenova will end up getting real traction and blowing the hell up. I mean, it's already got traction. You're on the front page Global Comics.
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. Yeah, it wasn't like,
which was awesome.
I was like, wow, because I did an interview and they're like, oh, and then I go and I check the website. I'm like, I'm on the front page, and they're like, oh yeah, we added you to the front page. I was like, thank you, that's huge. I didn't ask for it. They just did that. It was awesome.
That was awesome. But
very pleasant surprise.
And not to and I'm not pointing my nose down at like Global Comics or anything like that, but like honestly, Phenomenova, if you keep up the great work, man, I think it can pass through the ceiling of Global Comics, and not to say Rippaverse level, because like I have mixed feelings on Rippaverse, but like in terms of a level of that much, in terms of notoriety, success, notoriety, and maybe even higher, man, because you know what, I like everything you're doing, as opposed to there's these other places. I like some of what they're doing, and some.
Yeah, but I feel you. Like I respect.
But I love everything you're doing, though. So
thank you. Well, all 2 of them. Well, we got a short story collection coming soon as well. So that's the thing. I'm gonna launch that campaign, because that will ship out probably before issue 3. Which issue 3 will ship. My hope is, at the rate we're going, should be out by the end of the year.
Yeah, I see you have the estimated delivery here of December.
Yeah.
But and you're making pretty good progress. So how many pages is this one gonna be? Because I know the first
43.
one was pretty lengthy.
This one is in between 1 and 2 in terms of price and in terms of page count.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go back to like 28 is gonna be my standard going forward, I think.
Oh, and it makes sense, and because it kind of it kind of gives it almost an episodic type of feel.
That's what I wanted. I wanted every issue to feel like it was part of something bigger, but also that you could read it on its own. You can read issue 2 on its own. You could read issue 1 on its own. You could read issue 3 on its own.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I picked up issue 2, and when I was done with it, I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of a nice little kind of origin story if I had never read number 1. Like, oh, hey, there's this kid that has powers, and he's starting up with a team, and he's getting
that was
training.
important
and
to
that
me.
could have been number 1 right then and there.
Yeah, like I recap everything you need to know, and then I get into it.
And honestly,
and I want to do that with 3 as well.
And I wish more. I honestly wish more books did that. Like both in the mainstream and in the indie space.
Dude, there's stuff I'll pick up on the shelf sometimes. And because I'll read like an 80s comic, and I could read it with no like I could read a random issue of a series that's a tie-in, say to X-Men or whatever, and they fill me in on it. This is what's going on. Like I'll give there was a Captain America Fall of the Mutants tie-in, right? And I go, oh, this is Captain America. He's with this guy, D-Man, like Demo Man or whatever. He's not with the government anymore. And I'm like, okay, so this is a lot of complex history, but they give it to me in an easy to understand way that it's like as a newcomer, I can just go, oh, okay, that's where we are in the universe. Okay.
Yeah, just like
I don't need to know his whole story.
Summary.
I don't need to know every detail of his past. And that's one of the things I would learn as I was writing is I wanted to kind of go back and figure this out.
Oh, you've kind of hit the nail on the head on that, man. Like I said, the reading 2 is definitely a nice. It was a nice little summary on there, especially because I didn't read them back to back either. I read number 1, and then I think I didn't read number 2 for like a month later. So going right into number 2, it was like, oh, that was a nice little refresher. Yeah. And now I'm ready to continue the story. I'm
glad you mentioned that too, because okay, so I'd love. Like my goal is if this takes off, people will be able to read it, for a while. But even then, like especially if it's a lengthy volume, people might get busy for a month with
for sure
anything. And the one thing I hate is when there's a book and I'm like, gosh, what happened last issue? Oh God, I like the last issue. I'm like, what was this? And then I'll go back, the thing, and then I go back and I look at it. I'm like, okay, because sometimes you do that regardless, even if they do explain it, because you want that extra. But it is nice to keep the reader easy to explain. I'll give an example. Claremont still writes like that. Like Wolverine Kitty Pryde, there was issue 5. And you can tell it's like just ingrained into him at this point. He can't not write this way. Where it starts off where it's like Wolverine's recapping the last couple issues, which is good. Because I'm like, what happened again? Okay, yeah. Even though I read them, it's a nice refresher.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
When you're writing on a monthly basis, you have to do that.
Yeah, well, I think kind of the thing also is that with kind of the Netflix era of consuming media, like a lot of people now will wait for series to end, and not just in TV. I've met people that do the same thing with comics, like especially if it's like something from Image or Boom or one of the creator owned kind of publishers, like where a lot of the series there are typically like 5-6 episode or 5-6 issue series, and people just wait for them all to come out, and then they'll just grab them all and read them all at once. So that's and this partially because people, I think, are getting to a point where, because there's that instant, I can blow through a whole story in an afternoon mindset because of the Netflix era and the streaming era. It's definitely adapted in the comics, and having that little summary in there as well is a lot of things that is something that I think a lot of comics should start doing again. And I mean, you're just ahead of the curve basically by doing it.
Thank you.
I mean, Claremont did it, but I mean that was also 30 some odd years ago, and you're doing it and doing it kind of in his stead, and or at least in the indie scene, and I think it's definitely a good tool in your toolkit to be able to do it and pull it off the way that you pull it off. But anyway, let's get into some of these reward options and some of these optional add-ons, because they are really awesome. Actually, first let me go to the campaign page, because I think some of these are featured on there. So here we go. We got Phenomenova, all 3 covers. You can get all 3 issues.
Yeah, that cover that he just held up, that's not on the campaign. So
yeah, the one
that's why it's important to pay attention to variants.
Yes, this is a variant cover of number 1 that Vaughn had at his table at a convention that I met him at, and it is a beautiful.
There's not a lot left. Yeah, it's a good cover. I'll
No,
have
there's
prints
and
of
that's
it.
and that's the thing too is like the variant covers in the mainstream, like obviously they're done more as a money grab than anything else.
Mhm.
I've found that variants in more of the indie space, it's more because you just want to give somebody something really cool to have as part of their as part of their bookshelf, or just a nice piece of art to go with it.
Yeah.
It's not even necessarily, it's not a cash grab. It's,
Well,
oh
it
hey, you
is
know, I
too.
want
It
to.
is that too because you need the money
No,
to
no,
make the
I
book.
mean, well, yeah, you need the money to make the book, but I mean in terms of like, oh, like you're doing this literally solely for the fact that you know you're going to charge 30, 40, 50, 80, $100 for this, for no other reason other than you want the money. No, you want, yeah, the money helps, but like you want people to be able to have just wonderful art as well, to be
Yeah,
able to,
well, and
whether it's put on the wall or on your
it's
bookshelf
to
or
reward
whatever.
backers especially. Like whatever's like, I'll tell you this, like whatever's left over from the campaign. All right, you guys get to pay extra because it's meant for the backers. Is
Mhm.
really what those are meant for.
No, for sure. And so let's see. So we're just getting
And it
through
gives me a
here.
chance to work with an artist if I'm like, I can't afford this person's interior rates,
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
or I can't, or I just don't have a project for them right now. You know, maybe I can, but it's like, man, I'm paying for Phenomenova. I'm not kicking Philip off. Like Philip's so good. I'm
Oh,
holding on
he's
to him
doing
for
a
for
phenomenal
dear
job.
life. But you know, I could get someone else like Buzz who did that cover and get him to do a cover.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's yeah. Phil, by the way, is
Amazing.
you need to like lock him down before somebody
I
catches on to
know.
him and is like, snag gone.
I'm
You
keeping him
Vaughn.
busy. Yeah, I'm keeping him
He's out of
busy.
here. But no, Phil, if you happen to be here watching or watching this on the replay, shout out to you, man. Your artwork is definitely next level. I've been shouting out V Ken Marion a lot lately.
Oh,
Who
he's great.
you partially helped introduce me to in terms of just his work. But
Oh yeah, keep
I
an
think
eye out for a
Phil.
VK Marion issue 4 cover. He was gonna do one for 3, but because he couldn't make the deadline, it was like
Oh, okay.
he had a lot going on. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Let's wait for issue 4. And I'm like, all right, issue 4.
That's totally fine, and I will absolutely get my hands on that one. But no, but my point is to what I was saying with all that is that Phil, kind of, he's kind of like that next V Ken Marion in my mind with his work, because like V has become one of my favorite artists in the big two.
Yeah.
And I think just with Phenomenova 1 and 2, Phil has become one of my favorite artists in the indie scene.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. And I got a message and be like, hey, don't leave me.
Yeah. Maybe I should stop praising him so much, or else
No, I'm
he's gonna
kidding.
come back to you
No,
and be
listen.
like, "Hey,
Yeah, hey,
pay
you know
up."
what? Well, no, listen. If he I'll tell you this. If he wanted to, like, I would accommodate him. He's
Oh, for sure, he's worth it. He's absolutely worth it, 100%. I'm just having some fun joking around.
Oh yeah.
And then just some of the beautiful options that you have here for people with issue number 3. This one's actually a really interesting cover here. You want to give me a little bit of history, is a little bit of detail, back info on that, because it's definitely interesting. It's cool, but it's definitely interesting to say the least. It evokes feelings.
Yeah. So this one was Bobby did the back covers for issues 1 and 2. And one of the things he did was he was like, I want to do a cover for issue 3. And I was like, all right. And he just kind of starts drawing something. I'm like, all right, that's cool enough. I'm like, add some elements of this script. And he just kind of starts doing so. I'm like, did you read the script? And it's very obvious that he did. I'm like, no. Read the script. I'm like, pull from the script. He pulls from the script. And I go, okay. And he goes, well, I want also details about her backstory. I'm like, fine. Cool. Yeah, so...
Oh, okay. I thought you froze up for a second.
No. So what happened was he was just drawing that. He was pulling from Sienkiewicz. He was pulling from Dave McKean. He was pulling from a lot of people. And we went back and forth on if we wanted to color this one or not for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried, and we ultimately decided we wanted to keep it black and white and logoless. It was what Bobby wanted, so...
Yeah, the black and white was definitely the right move with it. Like I said, it's an eye catcher, and it definitely evokes it's a couple of different emotions when you look at it, but it all it all makes me really curious about what's on the inside now because
there is some stuff from the inside. You go, oh, okay, I know what that means. So
yeah, and then you got this one here. So Zach did this one?
No,
right?
that's Adriana.
Oh, am I looking at? Because I'm reading underneath.
Yeah.
It's above. Okay. I'm a functional idiot, ladies and gentlemen. So I was.
No, I could make that clearer.
Page.
So Adriana,
no, if I paid attention, because there we go, main cover above the main cover. Now I just wasn't paying attention. Like I said, I'm a functional idiot. That's why I'm doing this and not as a side gig, not as a full time thing.
we got the Adriana originally was going to be the artist, and she ended up having some stuff going on, which where I ended up finding Philip. But one of the characters she ended up designing, whose full design we kept, was Vivacity. We loved her original design, and by the time she kind of had some time freed up, hey, this character that we created is finally making her debut. You want to draw a cover? Yeah, I'd love to. She does it. She does great. She ends up coming with 2 different color schemes, and we're like, all right, let's make a variant of the variant, with the second. That was the 48-hour cover. But she absolutely killed it.
Find that. There it is.
And we definitely want to do Phenomenova Origins Vivacity. Is a prequel book while this is going on. Because that one is cool, because that one, we have our own, plan figured out, but also means that I don't have to interrupt the current story. It can come out at any point, and it'll be fine. It could come out after it. It could come out after issue 8. It could come out after issue 10. It could come next. It doesn't. With that, we can work freely. Now, I do have a habit of saying yes to everything because I'm always excited.
Well, why wouldn't you be, man? I mean, you're making your own friggin' comic book, brother.
Yeah.
Of course you say yes to everything.
Yeah.
But no, and I think I actually ended up getting in on this. I was really excited about it because the color scheme is just beautiful on this one. I mean, the other one's awesome also with the with just the daytime like high noon scene and color scheme, but like kind of more the dusk color scheme. It definitely gives it something a little extra. So I think I did get in on that first 48 hours. I think I have
a lot of people got that. A lot of people got that. And here's the thing, you can still get that if you're like, oh, I missed. If you back all 6 covers, you do get that included.
Oh, there you go. You hear that, folks? Get all wonderfully phenomenal 6 covers of Phenomenova 3. I just cannot do it myself, unfortunately. But
That's
if
fine.
I was able to, I would. Because I don't want people to go back and watch this and be like, well, he's not getting those 6 covers. If I could, I would, ladies and gentlemen. Don't judge me.
Don't worry about it. I can't even read all the comics, let alone back all of them.
Tell me about it. But we'll go back up here to Zach's cover.
Yeah, I wanted a villains cover. I'm introducing. So the Phenomenova issue 3 is the first appearance of Phenomenova as a team, finally. Yep. But also the first appearance of the Stormbearers for the most part, minus Dark Cloud and some of his other henchmen who showed up. But we see, I wanted all the villains, and Zach went above and beyond and added. He's like, and I want the heroes terrified of the villains. I'm like, one of them getting hurt. He just pitched the idea, and then he added the caption himself. He was like, make the corner box logo bigger so it fits with he is a great storyteller, and his characters are so expressive.
Oh, for sure.
We have another project we're working on because I've just been working nonstop behind the scenes.
Are you? Is it Phenomenova related or something?
No, but we also did talk about potentially doing something Phenomenova at some point.
Okay, so you hear that, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye out on this man's X account and his website because there's a bunch of other good stuff.
Follow Zach because we are working on something else.
Hell yeah, I'm excited for that, brother. Let's go. And then this was a really cool one because I was not expecting to see Narwhal work as a cover for you, as Per Berg. So and for anybody who doesn't know, is it Per or Pear?
Pear.
It's Pear. I don't. I'm also just a dumb American, so
American too. Hey,
I'm a good.
Hey,
no.
We conquered the world.
I'm a dumb American. I'm not saying America is dumb. I'm a dumb American. So I don't say foreign names too well. But no, Perberg, who did phenomenal artwork working with Mark Millar on Vatican City. And so how did that kind of work? How did that kind of play out?
Well,
How
Per
did
and
you
I
get
have
in
known
touch
each
with
other
Per?
forever. Well, Per and I have known each other for a while.
Oh,
Since
have you?
before that. Yeah, we've been friends for
Oh
years.
shit. Okay.
And so it was like like V had not been able to do it. And one of the reasons I do these variants is to bring new eyes on my books too. And one of the things with that is well, you still have time if you end up wanting to get both. That's all I got to say.
What's up, comic books?
How
What's
you
going
doing?
on, mother?
And one of the things that's cool about that, right, is okay, you have it, but then sorry, 1 second. You get to see, like, so V was gonna do his cover, and then he had to drop. And when it comes to a variant, it's an excuse for fans of that person to really visit your work, right? So, like, Perberg,
sure.
people who missed the first two, they might go, "Oh, I want to support Pears. I love his art. Who's this? What are these characters? Blah 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 blah." And Pear and I had a lot cross paths, and I had wanted to work with him forever, and I still would love to work with him in the future because he did great on this.
Oh,
but,
yeah, he did.
I was like, V couldn't make it. I'm like, all right, I need my next. I want another big name. Pear just wrapped up Vatican City. Pear, can you make this deadline? Great. All right. I think he's a visual genius when it comes to his storytelling and his own indie work, like Earthbound and whatever. And so I just sent him the script because we swap ideas back and forth. We're good friends. And I was like, here's the script. And he comes up with this moment in the script that I would have never thought of as a cover. Kills it. So actually, I'll even say this. The character, the scientist woman, Dr. Barbara Bentley, had not been designed yet. So for being technical, he did co-create that character for this cover. Because actually,
cool.
Philip was getting to those pages, but he had a deadline, and it was like he was slightly ahead. So I was like, Philip started drawing her, and I was like, actually, Philip, can you adjust her to look more like Pear's? He goes, oh, I actually like what Pear did. He adjusts. So Philip, you can see her in Philip's style after, but Pear did design the character.
Pear just said, Phil, I got you, fam. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah, so Pear did that, and I also have the original artwork as part of our deal. And
yeah.
so
is that here on the Kickstarter? Because I know I saw pictures of it on your X.
Yeah, so not only is it on the Kickstarter, yeah, you can get it.
Yeah,
so not only can you get it, but also there's the back on the. He drew the cover on the back of an unused page of Vatican City. So you get 2 pieces of art for the price of 1.
Here's the cover.
Yeah.
And then here is what you were talking about, the unused art for Vatican City.
Mm-hmm.
Which now it makes me wonder if we're ever going to get like maybe a secondary or like a prequel Vatican City story or something, because I'm curious in terms of, I'm assuming this was our main character from Vatican City. So I'm wondering what he had going on here. And why it wasn't included in the story, because I want to know more about the background of people in that story too. But anyway, we're talking about your story. But no, that is cool that you'll be able to, you pick up some Perberg unseen art before. Mm-hmm. That's really neat. And then, I scrolled too far down. So let's did we get to all the covers?
That is all of them.
We did get to all the covers. Okay, cool.
The back cover. So that was Adriana had drawn me a couple of thumbnails, and for Vivacity, and that was one of them. And I said, "That's really cool. Can we make that a back cover?"
That was beautifully well done. Her line work on this is phenomenal.
Yeah, and I said, "That can we make this a back cover?" And I said, "Can we add Miles? If we have Miles, can we also add Hotline in there?" You know, and then she just made this beautiful back. So it's almost like we're seeing the front and back. All the other covers can work as a front during the reactor heist incident. Mm-hmm. And then this is what's happening on the other end, where how did she end up in this situation? Read the issue, because we're snapping back and forth in time.
Yeah, that's.
So
I didn't even think about that. That works wonderfully.
And grayscale for the first 2, but Bobby was doing a front cover, so had Adriana, and she killed it. She did great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she. Well, and because now that you said that there's definitely at least potential for Phenomenova Vivacity, hopefully that comes to fruition one day, and hopefully she gets freed up and you can use her for it, because her artwork is fantastic. I
agree.
And kind of like the same thing with V, like Adriana. I just discovered who she was when you launched this Kickstarter, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's because it's her first published work.
Yeah.
This is her first work.
I've been checking out. I've been looking her up. I found her on X, I believe, and
she's not on X as far as I know.
Who the hell was that I found? I don't know. No, that's what it is. I've been, because you keep plastering all of her awesome work she's doing for you all over X. That's what I'm thinking of. But I love what she's doing for you, and I want to see more work out of her, and hopefully this will be kind of her launching point. But then again, you have another Phil Cruz situation where you got to do your best to hold on to her, dude.
Here's the thing: if I become a launching pad, more and more people get talented from here. That would still lead to more people coming to me.
Oh, sure.
I hear everyone who works with Vaughn gets. Well, I hope I get work with them too. You know. But I'm happy with what I'm doing.
What did I just do? What the hell? Oh, it just took me back up to the top. Okay.
No, you click campaign. That's what you do.
Anytime I'm on Kickstarter, it's on my phone, so looking at it on the computer just boggles my mind. But then also we've got these. I think these are on the campaign tab too. Also, you have the add-ons for the
the mini prints. So if you Adriana, I put her to work with this campaign. Yeah. Adriana did one of the mini prints. I needed a shot in the beginning. We call ourselves Phenomenova, and the only shot I had at the time was the shot of the team. And I know my artist is drawing in sequential order, and I was like, well, doing the timelines, we're not going to get to have at least a full color shot of the team by the time the campaign launches. So I was like, Adriana, do you want to do a shot of the team? She's like, yeah. So then she did it. She went above and beyond. And then I even had someone help out with the colors a bit. She killed it. Absolutely killed it.
Oh, absolutely. And it's and the contrast between the mini print of the Phenomenova team and the mini print of the Stormbearers, the contrast, it just tells it tells that there's definitely setting up for some kind of epic showdown between these two groups. And just you got all the brightness and the bright vivid colors going on, which instills good and hope and justice and all the things you associate with the good guys. And then this is just destruction, dark, gritty, and I love it. It works. And
it wasn't even an intentional thing. That just got credit to my colorists. They know how to set the scene.
Yeah, for sure. And the Stormbearers mini print, Phil did that as well, and it just...
Yeah, well, because that's a double-page spread from the book, and when I showed it off...
Oh, is it in the book?
Yes. It's when they first show up, that's the double-page spread. And I said... And then someone goes, can that be is that a mini print, too? And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And so, it's a mini print.
Back to what you were saying about you just say yes to too many things.
Well, I said because I knew if people are going to buy it. I already have the art.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have the mini prints as well.
I was lowering shipping this time, so I was like, might as well throw some stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, and ComixBooks says, how far are you into Phenomenova 4? Is the writing?
Well, so here's the thing: I've written 1 through 8, but and I've revised them multiple times. But I think 4, the other ones are pretty much good. 4, I actually think needs another touch up. So right after this campaign is done, what I'm going to do is, while it's, because there will be late pledges and whatever, my next priority alpha, because the last couple days, this week, I've been promoting my campaign and organizing con stuff and some other tasks too. Organizing my next campaign for the short story book. I've been doing a lot, but I've been setting up, I'm going to revise issue 4 one more time. I think I'm really proud of all the issues, but I look at how good 3 is. How good 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think 4 is good, but I think it has room. My editor gave me some solid notes, and I started reflecting, and I go, I think I have some really solid stuff here, but I think I need to smooth it out a bit more. I think I need to take a few things out and add a few things in. So how far am I into 4? It is written twice, but I want to write it one more time.
Well, I mean, and you're popping these out basically left and right, man. So I mean, if one of them needs to go into the cooker for a little bit, longer,
it won't delay.
I'm sure people are not gonna.
Well, no, you're not. You're misunderstanding. I will have this rewritten because it's just revisions. Okay. That won't take that long, right? The revisions won't take that long. Even if they took a month or 2 months,
you're still on track.
It still would be on track because issue 3 is not going to be fulfilled until December. But my hope is to have it sooner than later, so that way I have it ready to go. And my goal would ideally be as soon as the interior art is done with issue 3 that we could roll right into 4, but that depends on how much. Like I'd have to. Philip is ready to go. He said that. My only thing is I just need to make sure I have enough money to pay for issue 4 right away.
That's the key thing, isn't it?
So that's kind of why I'm pushing this like crazy. Is let's plow through 3 and get to 4.
Hell yeah, brother! I'm all about it. And then you're even offering up some of the remainder of the variant covers from 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, I should have put them all on there, but I put the Reenie one on there.
The Reenie one is great.
Yeah, because Dark Cloud, he was a nobody. Nobody knew. Everyone was a nobody when this was available on the campaign. Then the book comes out and he's everyone's favorite color. So I'm like, hey, I have some that character you like. You want to spend all this extra money? And these will ship out before the campaign, too.
Oh, they will. Okay, that makes sense. You have them already, so
yeah,
that definitely makes sense. And now, obviously, you got your stretch goals, and what good campaign doesn't have stretch goals? But you got your 12K stretch goal with art of Estrella. Am I saying her name right?
Yeah.
When I read issue 2, I was hoping I was reading her name right, but I wasn't.
Estrella. Yes.
Okay, cool. And then Brett Barkley. I saw Brett Barkley have some work in a couple other things from some fan art contests he did as well for some other indie stuff.
Yeah,
recently.
he won mine twice. He's
phenomenally talented as well. And the fact that he won yours twice, I mean, dude, you got a lot of artists in your folio now. You put them to work.
I know. Hey, I need the money. I can put people to work.
Everybody, go buy a bunch of Phenomenova because we need all these artists to get food in their stomachs and get their art on the pages and out there to everybody. But yeah, this is an amazing piece of work that everybody will get when you hit that 12K stretch goal. Which honestly, where are we at? I think you're currently just under 11 with 51 hours to go. You can do it, man. You can do it. I believe in you, and I think it's just. I think part of it is too because I do this strategy myself for a lot of stuff that I'll back, whether it's on Kickstarter or other crowdfunding type of platforms. I'll typically wait until maybe like the last 48 hours or so, especially with a site like Kickstarter, because they don't charge you until the campaign is done.
Yeah,
the timetable of the campaign is done. So I think in these next 48 hours, 51 hours, I think you're definitely going to see a bit of a spike coming into the end here, because I think people I've talked to, they kind of have adapted that mindset as well, because I know that's what I do, and I think you'll get there, man. I think you will definitely be hitting that, and we will all be getting this awesome trading cards stretch goal. But then we also have a Phoenix Senshi trading card.
No, that was for day 1 backers.
That was day 1 backers?
So you're like, oh, I wish I only backed until the last 40 hours. That's fine. But then you just don't get the day. There's going to be a day 1 trading card with every campaign.
Okay. Well, I'm getting that one too. You know what? Because I backed on day 1 or day 2, I'm getting all this stuff anyway. So I'm just like, oh yeah, and this goal and that goal, because I'm getting it all. So
yeah.
But then also you offer up, instead of because you do have the one reward tier where everybody could just get 1, 2, and 3 of Phenomenova, but then you also are offering them up as just individual add-ons as well, which I think is a nice little touch.
Absolutely.
Because instead of doing just like a catch-up tier, like let's say maybe somebody got 2, but maybe they weren't able to get 1 at the time, and they don't need another copy of 2, but they can still pick up 1 and then also get 3, which is just, it's just smart, and it doesn't make any sense not to do that, basically.
Yeah, people keep asking, like, are you doing and I'm like, is it a thing that a lot of people don't do catch-up tiers?
No, it's
because that is insane to me.
No, it's not that people don't do catch-up tiers. People are doing catch-up tiers, but people are not, at least from what I've seen, for the few that I've looked into that I've been wanting to get into late in the game on, it's that they're not offering individual previous issues as add-ons or tiers or rewards or anything like that. It's like either
but
the
a lot of
entire
people
series up to this point, or you just get the one that's being funded. It's like there's no in between.
Oh, see, I haven't experienced that, but my whole thing is there's a lot of people that say, is there going to be a catch-up tier? And it's like, it's crazy that people ask that, because it's like, of course, like, I can't even imagine not doing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I'm going based off of a lot of the ones that I've had interest in, and a lot of the ones I've had interest in, they've at least had the catch-up tier, which is nice. But like I said, the fact that you're offering the individual issues as the add-ons as well is good, because like if somebody maybe wants to eventually get all three, but like, hey, you know what? Let me get in on backing 3, and then let me grab 1, and then I'll read 1, and then when I'm ready to, I can then go grab 2 from your website, Rebel Oasis Studios. Because some people, they just have to be kind of smart with their money right now at this point as well, in this day and age, in this economy. So it's a very good option that you have for just individual issue 1, issue 2 add-ons as well, because I haven't seen a lot of people doing that. I've seen a lot of catch-up tiers. I haven't seen a lot of the individual issue add-ons. But yeah, man. And so I know you when we met you at the convention, you shared with my wife kind of a little more of the backstory behind Phenomenova and your main character. However much you're willing to share with people watching, if you could just maybe shed a little light in terms of where, obviously you gave like your inspiration for the story as a whole, but maybe your inspiration for just your character of Miles and how that came to be. But before we get into that real quick, over on the Rumble side, my boy Paul Hadouken has raided the stream. Paul Hadouken, what's going on, brother? Hey, Paul, go fuck yourself.
What's up, Paul?
But Paul, thank you, brother, for the raid over on Rumble, and everybody, welcome on in. We're talking.
I know, Paul. We were hanging out in Vegas.
Oh, were you? Were you guys? Okay, Paul. Oh, and Snooty Mims. Okay, now people are starting to come on in. Snooty Mims with a $10 Rumble rant over on Rumble. Says, God bless the comics family. I'm so happy that you got that job. You guys are great streamers. Snooty Mims, brother, thank you so much. And then also, real quick, Snooty, I'm glad that you're here, because I did notice that you dropped a 10 in the chat last night. I just unfortunately didn't notice until I hit the end stream button. That's bad form on me. I was really engrossed in the conversation with Jonas J. Campbell last night. But that's bad form on me, Snooty. So this is a double extra thank you for not just the 10 tonight, but for the 10 last night as well, Snooty. This is for you, brother. Bully McGuire, let's go. It's a thing. Fat man dancing is always funny for people, so. But yeah, man, it's so we were talking about Miles and just you were about to go into just a little more background info on him.
Yeah. So Miles is Miles basically is the son of a veteran, and I guess one of the things I pulled from my personal life a little bit, but I was like, I was looking at my favorite heroes like Batman, Spider-Man. I was like, I really wanted to dive into why I love comics so much and do my ultimate love letter to the superhero genre. If I'm not just going to tell a superhero story, I want to tell, to me, what is the superhero story, what it means to me, like down to its core. Hence the title for issue 2 was Down to the Core, right? And I think one of the things I really liked, or that really resonated with me, was when they always would lose a loved one, but they turn that into what makes them good. And the difference between a hero and a villain was how they take their tragic backstories. Like, oh, this person did me, now I'm going to destroy the world, now I'm going to get back at people, versus I have an obligation to make the world not like this for other people. So I took that and I kind of pulled from my own past. So I lost my dad in 9/11 and my uncle. And issue 1 is dedicated to my dad. Issue 2 is dedicated to my uncle. And so I modeled the dad character after my dad, but I made him a soldier in World War III because logically in the world that would just make sense. Made them both soldiers in World War III. And my dad would have thought that was badass. So, so I pulled from that, and I had that kind of be his motivation, that his father, it's different, but his father is killed in a terrorist attack, and he takes that and he goes, I want to make a world where that doesn't happen for someone else. I also, adding that helped out with the backstory so much too, because I was like mixing and matching parts is one of the tough parts of writing. And I had this World War III backstory that was awesome, and I had this stuff with the dad, and I was like, how do I make it? And then I kept rewriting. The first 20 pages was the hardest part. Like after he gets his powers and gets struck by lightning, from then on, easy. Like that
Okay.
part remained mostly the same across multiple rewrites and drafts. But it was it was starting the story. Oh, and now it's much easier. But starting a story, I actually think, is one of the hardest parts. I'm getting better at it now. But I noticed that when I go back and revise scripts, often what I'm touching up is the beginning over and over again. Because once I get
Okay.
like a certain flow state is when. But it was how do I connect it all and then make it about this kid and make it all make sense? And then it hit me. It was like the dad is explaining this heroes through the lens of a soldier in the war, telling his son. Then he loses the dad, and then he carries it on. So now we have like, even though they're not separate generations, because the dad is probably the same age or similar age as the people that fought, it was the idea of carrying it down, right? The idea of carrying down that legacy was important to me. Of that heroism goes through form, and now here he is without proper, male guidance, but he's going to try. He has the power in his hands to be like the heroes his dad told him about. And so that adding that personal touch made the story like 100 times better. Because I remember people would read it and they were like, it was fun. And they were like, well, what's special about Miles? And that is when it became a better story.
Yeah, for sure. And it was, I'm not gonna lie, man, it got me a little choked up. In a good way. You want an emotional reaction out of your audience.
Of course, other than boredom. Boredom doesn't count as an emotional reaction.
for sure. Definitely a lack of emotional reactions than anything. Almost apathetic. But no, man, it hits hard when you get to that. But it hits hard in, weirdly enough, I don't want to say a happy way, obviously, but like it hits hard in a good way in terms of like, okay, I am all in on this kid. I am all in on his story. Let's keep turning these pages, and I'm really pulling for this kid and hope that, obviously, if you're reading the first issue only, whatever the hell this thing is in his hand that's about to blow him the hell up is only a good thing for him, because this kid's already been through the ringer, been through hell and back emotionally. So you know what, I'm on this kid's side. Miles is my buddy, and I want to go on this journey with him. So it was definitely well done by you, man, and kudos to you on that. And yeah, brother, it's a great way to I'm sure your dad is, like you said, he thought it'd be badass, and I'm sure he's real proud of you, and just happy that you're doing what you love to do, brother.
No, thank you.
Let's see. No, of course, man, of course. And then let's see. Did we get through? Oh yeah, I just want to look at some of the interior art. We haven't even done that part yet.
Yeah, I didn't get to post as much of it as I want, because I get into answering some questions right away. So I was like, what can I show? And I had a few colored pages that I could show. So that one, I love those old school Marvel opening splash pages. So that's technically page 2, because sometimes they would do that, right? They'd start with the sequential and then do a splash. But this one,
What's up, Jose Taco?
Yeah, unlike the first 2 issues, so this one, the opening splash is page 2, but it's still an opening splash page. So we're gonna have the titles and stuff like that on there.
Gotcha. That's, and that's kind of part of the battle too, as well. Like, it's not just the cover is what initially grabs people's attention.
There's so many indie comics with just terrible interiors, but it's the same team as the main cover.
Yeah, and like the front cover, okay, cool, awesome, I'm drawn in, I want to get this, but then half the time, and even in more of the mainstream, like, and it's not even just the big 2 that's guilty of this, it's creators over at Image and Boom do this sometimes as well, but depending upon the title we're talking about, you'll open up that cover, and that title page on the inside of the cover, it's literally just big words of the title and then just the credits, and there's nothing else going on to make you even really vested and interested, or let alone just draw attention and give credit where credit's due to the people that put a lot of hard work into the book either. So the fact that you have this sitting up in the front there, it's, oh crap, what's going on here? Miles is frozen. And then on top of that, I'm sure you're gonna have the layout with the title and yourself and Phil and everybody else that was involved in the book and everything. But you need that page if you definitely want to give credit where credit's due, but also if you want to keep people hooked from the time they open the cover, they need something just as good to look at on the inside. And this is an awesome piece to kick off with.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was that one was very exciting. And then we had I had to skip a couple pages. So what we're actually seeing is
What's
if you
up,
scroll
Warshark?
down, how's it going, Rorschach? So I see a spoiler happens, and then you see Dark Cloud bursts out of the room and call for something, and then we flash to see Estrella in the present, where she is absorbing the memories because she can absorb things like psychometry. She can absorb through physical contact. So
Yeah,
she's
which
absorbing the memories of the room. So that is a memory she's looking at of Dark Cloud. So we're now in the present, where it's now a crime scene.
Which, by the way, I think that is such a really cool power, and the fact that you made her, that you took away her sight to be able to, as part
And
of her
hearing.
whole thing. That's right. That's right. She's deaf as well. I forgot about the deaf part.
Yeah.
But the fact that you kind of stripped her a couple of the key senses away, but then it just strengthens, like, sight, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, no, that was I struck gold with this one because it was I have a huge list of Phenomenova members, and it was like I know who my founding members are going to be. There's some other ones that I really want to put there that I just can't yet. But then Estrella was one of the ones that she was Lady Justice at first, but that was way too common, and I ended up changing it. But
it also looks like you did keep a little bit of that that theme as well, which it works. I mean, because it's like, it's the scales of justice and Lady Justice herself, which I mean I think is appropriate to have on a team of heroes that, you know, right and wrong, justice and injustice and everything. So I like that you still kept a little bit of that theming with her as well.
Absolutely. And one of the things with her is I was like, I had come up with her later, and the psychometry I'd found that in Battle Angel Alita. There's a character who had psychometry, and I'd never heard of it. And I was like, he would like touch an object and he would absorb information. Like he would learn how to play the piano. And I'm like, that is so cool. Or he could grab a weapon. He could learn. I'm like, I had never thought of that. And then I thought of, I don't know what it was. It was like a mix of multiple things. I was just in a brainstorming session. It just came to me. And like Toph from Avatar, she was blind, but she could feel the world.
Yeah.
And it was just multiple things. Daredevil. It was like a bunch of things, and she ended up being like, she was, I think, like number 14 for the characters I'd come up with. But then as I was writing the scripts, I'm like, I need someone to fill this role. I'm like, she ended up, even though she was one of the later ones I came up with, she ended up being the first I introduced because just plot wise, I was like, holy shit. And she became a quick writer's favorite because having a character that could literally just explain everything, just know everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Here's a quick exposition dump.
We don't have time for this person to tell this person.
Explaining this.
All right, ready? We don't have like time for this person to tell this person. Okay, we're all linked up. There we go. Problem solved. Here we go. I touched this. On. Here's everything that happened. Okay, there you go. Oh my God, how do we find out what happened to the react? Now here's the problem. Then I have to build in limits because I'm like, okay, shit, that's two. Because now can no one sneak up on them ever? So now I'm like, okay, well, but that's the fun part is when you start going, okay, where are the limits? How can we? Oh, this character's so okay. Well, hold on. Now, how do I corner them? Okay, crap. This character doesn't have a way out, and that's sort of the fun of writing superhero action sequences too. Is you push your characters. Sometimes you go, oh crap, they can beat the villains too easily, or sometimes like, oh my God, how did the heroes win? And sometimes I normally try not to get them in a fake. I normally try to keep them in that situation because obviously, generally speaking, who's going to win each fight.
Yeah, of course.
But sometimes I'm like, I put myself in the minds of the hero. I'm like, how would I get out of this situation? Oh crap! Like, what if I do? And then that kind of stuff is great. We're like, how would the villain get out of this? Oh, great! And so that makes me constantly evolve my characters.
And I think that's another problem that, especially in the superhero genre and comics, have been having from what I've been reading over the years, is that either the like you said, more times than not, exactly what the outcome's going to be. It's more about the journey and the storytelling of how you get to that outcome.
Yeah, and you don't know these characters. I could kill all of them right now.
Yeah, but like it just. You can either I have found that a lot of characters in the superhero genre in general, that people don't really know how to write effective superheroes. They know how to write personal stories, but they don't know how to write as if it's or like help set up a scene for the artist to tell the story that would maybe fit in terms of, like you said, keeping that tension, as opposed to the creator, the person writing it, is just like, oh, well, they have these powers and obviously they're gonna win, and well, just do something with that. And like you can tell it's kind of half-assed a little bit depending upon the title. And then also it goes in the, I've seen it happen in the other direction where like the heroes are just, no matter what they do, it's just like the heroes getting beaten down and down and down, whether it's physically or emotionally, like we've seen with, well, Peter Parker over the decades. So to have that balance and to have that, like you said, that kind of back and forth, that give and take, to at least create that tension, whether it's you think you know how it's going to go with, oh, good guys always win type of deal, or if it goes the opposite way, but to have that enough tension going back and forth to keep people guessing.
Even if the X-Men probably aren't all going to die, that like Mutant Massacre, what it showed is they can be out of the book for periods of time because of a fight. Banshee lost his powers for 100 issues. 100 issues. Or Kitty Pryde was in a coma and Nightcrawler got hurt. Colossus got hurt. 3 of the main team out. And Rachel Summers right before that. So they had to like restructure the whole team. So like even if I don't kill them off, doesn't mean there's not stakes.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Okay, what if this person's in a coma and then someone else shows up? Oh, crap. How do we respond to this? The stakes are evolving. Or even Spider-Man. What I liked about the Spider-Man comics, he'd miss, like, a date.
Yeah.
That has, like, everything has consequences.
For sure. And
that's what part of the title of this issue, Chain Reaction. Miles rushing in there, doing what he did. Maybe he got out fine, but some of his actions may have resulted in some people getting hurt, some things going wrong, and you're going to find out. And War Shark, I'm so glad. You're going to learn more and more. All I'm saying is you'll like this issue. You'll really like issue 5. But you will like this issue, too.
And I'll just go ahead and read War Sharks real quick. Can't wait to see what you do with Dark Cloud. Ever since I read the first issue, he brought intrigue as a villain, and can't wait to see what you do next with him, Vaughn, especially in the 3rd issue. And then Ram says, Phenomenova, let's go!
Yeah, it feels so good having people like excited about my work, man. It really does.
Oh, dude, it's well deserved and it's well earned, brother. You're definitely building something special here, and it's great that people are taking notice. Like we said earlier, the Global Comics feature, you weren't even expected that. That's just people at Global Comics acknowledging that you have something great going on here.
Thank you,
and like I hope there's more people like me, but bigger than me, that reach out to you, be like, hey man, come on and let's do a show and talk about Phenomenova, like Gary Nerdrotic level, like, because that's the
he got a copy of issue 1, but he probably hasn't had time to read it. But I did give him a copy in Vegas.
That man probably has like 3,000 comic books at any given time. He probably needs to.
Exactly.
But like at that level though, because that's the notoriety that Phenomenova should be getting.
Thank you.
And it's like I've been saying this whole time, it's only a matter of time, man. It's just once you start, you're already putting the cracks in that barrier. It's once you break through that barrier, you're gonna break through that fucking barrier.
I know, I agree. Thank you. That's what I'm like, keep hammering on as much as I can.
Yeah, and there's a couple of people in the space that I have the same views of, but or the same opinion on, but not many. Like you, Paul
Project
of Project
Analysis. I know him. I know Project Paul. Yeah.
Project Paul. And then also Webb of Dreams Uncharted, who I've had on the channel.
Oh, I don't know if I know him.
He's a good dude. He's doing his thing a little bit differently. Instead of going through the Kickstarter crowdfunding website type of deal, he has an issue or a couple issues ready to go, and then he has his own website, and people are able to go and donate to a specific title, and then once a specific title hits a threshold, he'll release another page on his website.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and he actually I have to go back and cut up some of the last time he was on the channel, but when he was on the channel a couple of weeks ago, he was explaining how he basically he had his website reformatted into a new platform. And I'll chop it up and I'll send the link to you when I have it up and ready to go. But he's doing some pretty cool things. But yeah, him, you, Paul, like there's a small handful of people in the indie scene where like you guys are hammering away at that barrier, and it's just as long as you stick to it, that barrier will crumble, and then you guys will explode into basically the world. Like however far you want to go, there will be no barrier at that point. It's just a matter you just keep chipping away, stick to it, and I know it'll happen.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. I really do.
Of course, dude. Of course. And so just real quick here, I thought I saw something pop up on the side here. But yeah, we'll just one more time. I will just go through just kind of what I have pulled up here for your links. Man.
Yeah.
So
also, if you guys have Global Comics, give me a follow. I've been close to 100, and I hate being close to a number. Just get me to the number. Come on.
Yeah, right.
8
See,
more
right
you.
There. Your boy ComicStad's followed, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I know. Of course, fellow man. Also, I do have a 10-page shorts. You can read the first 10 pages of issue 1 for free, even if you don't have a Global Comics membership. Also, you have the 10-page short story "Land of the Lawless."
Yes,
which that was my first published work.
I was actually going to ask you about that real quick before we got out of here because I didn't see it on here. So, Land of the Lawless. Do you have any plans to go back to that, or is just I mean, obviously, Phenomenova is everything right now. But do you have any plans to go back to
I'd love to, but not in the immediate future. But if the demand bumps up enough, I would love to. Like, I have a whole story planned for that. That was I never finished the script, but I had a whole script outline for a feature film.
Okay.
But it was going to be a comic series. I have ideas for it as a comic too. Multiple ideas, but I do have a whole storyline and tons of characters planned. That was always just the opening scene, but a self-contained, like, opening gotcha, like, get your attention, introduce you to the world and the character through a cool action scene. And I'm very proud of that action scene. I think it's kick-ass. But I basically just translated that from my script to 10 pages because there was a writing contest that I won
cool.
and got published, and that was my first published work. In a tragedy trade paperback. But so I own the rights to that. That's my IP. I'd love to do something. I do have if you like hot chick action books, I do have some. I have a short story, a short horror story for a bad girl book that was like a bad girl book that I can't afford to do right now. But if you go to Reapers in Pursuit, my pre-launch page should be ready soon. So join my email list and my website and all that. But
let's see, is it over here in your digital comics?
What?
Because I see it here on the front page.
No, it's not. It's not out yet. That's why I'm saying keep an eye out for it.
Oh, keep an eye out. Okay. I misunderstood. My mistake. But, well, then there you go, guys. Just go to RebelOasisStudios.com and just sign up for the newsletter as well. And you'll find out whenever Vaughn has more Phenomenova news coming.
Also, Reapers in Pursuit will feature a new character. Yeah, so Land of Lost, I don't know when I'm going to get to anytime soon.
Once you have Rebel Oasis Studios warehouse and headquarters set up, that's when you can then
maybe
have other people like, hey, you know what, work on some of the interiors for Phenomenova 2021 and 22. I'm gonna go bang out some Land of the Lawless.
Yeah, that's what I'd love to do.
It's attacking me.
And that's part of why I want to raise so much on this is because I have books like Theo Snodgrass and I are doing a book called I Can Fix Her, but we got to make sure we have the money squared away. Because once that's out, we know that's going to be a banger. That's going to make money.
Yeah. But once you guys are ready for that, let me know. I'd love to have you guys.
Oh, absolutely. We have the script. We just have to fine tune it a little bit more. But we have the script. We got our friend Allie is going to edit it. That's going to be a banger. Also, Butt Sauce is going to be he's writing a story in the Phenomenova universe. Actually, a comic I really like. Yeah. So keep an eye out. I don't know if I was supposed to announce that. Oh well.
I mean, it's your IP, man.
Well, it's actually his IP.
Oh wait. It's his IP. He's
well, kind of. It's hard to explain. I don't know if it's his IP or not. I don't know how that works. But he described it. He's like, Vaughn, you're Eric July, and I'm pitching to you, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I could just be Vaughn, but I get the comparison.
No.
He goes,
You need the beard, you need a flat brim hat, and you need to just start yelling business at him all the time. And then you could be the white man Eric July.
I'll just stick to being Vaughn Coleman. I like being Vaughn Coleman.
That's fair. The Vaughn Coleman that
but yeah, no,
knows and loves.
Something. Well, he's got a story he's got a story in my universe. Yeah. So that'll be fun.
All right. You don't have to necessarily confirm this, but is he throwing the car damaging joke into the story he's writing?
I don't believe so.
because that would be
But I can fix her.
probably
They
the
may,
best.
but
That
I
would
can
be the
fix. Hang on,
best
but I
thing
can
to
fix her. May or may not have something with that though. I can fix her. Might his story probably not, but I can fix her.
Like, I mean, considering
Probably there may be a car and something related to maybe possibly. Who knows? You'll have to read it and find out.
Fair enough.
It's possible.
I will give you one title, and you would have to talk to Prof about this. But Magnum 69 is definitely a title that I think needs to go into production. For
I
Rebel
agree,
Oasis
but
Studios.
I'll tell you what. You give me the money for it, and I'll do whatever you ask me to.
I will. Well, that it starts with appearances. Obviously, we got to get Prof to dust off the shirt.
I don't think he would
bring back the mustache.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You do that. Like, if people fund these stupid fucking ideas, like, maybe. Probably. I mean, here's the thing. I can't tarnish my brand too heavily. Like, there's like a level of dumb I can publish. Actually, my friend decided. So here's the thing: I could do a book that's just like shit stories. Like, if people fund it, like my friend pitched, and then I messaged because Billy Tucci worked on Sergeant Rock, right? He's a friend of mine. So my friend told me this, and I thought it was so funny. He goes, he just out of the blue, no context. Bobby actually did the back covers in that cover or front cover. Bobby, he's like my best friend. He messaged me. He goes, "All right, well, here's my idea for a comic." And this is out of the blue, no context. Because here's my idea out of the comic book. Sergeant Rock, but instead of Sergeant Rock, he's Sergeant Cock, and he shoots bullets out of his cock. And I said, what? I was like, so I just copy and paste that message, and I said, Billy, new comic idea. And then I just sent that to him. And he's known for Sergeant Rock. And he was like, he just sends me the clip from Billy Madison where it's like, everyone is now dumber for
having to listen to what you just said.
And I was like, all right, so you're not interested?
So then you need to start your own.
So we do Magnum 69, Sergeant Cock.
What is it? Shitpost Studios under the imprint of Rebel Oasis Studios.
Yeah, I think it will go out of business very quickly. Is my hunch.
But
Magnum 69.
folks, Magnum 69. He was. I'll find the clip for you and I'll send it to you. I clipped it out and sent it to Iron when I was on Rogues Gallery with you guys a few months ago. I see if I can find that clip and send it to you. It was a good time. But anyway, everybody, go check out Rebel Oasis Studios and sign up for the newsletter there. Go follow Vaughn on X. I mean, who wouldn't want to follow that?
Oh, yeah. That was in Las Vegas.
Yeah. But then, of course, obviously, everybody, you got to go and back PHENOMENOVA #3, Chain Reaction, or go pick up all issues 1 through 3 there as well. Hey, look at that. There you go.
Let's do it. For the third time today. Let's see if it sticks. Fuckers. It started off today. I woke up, it was 11, then it went down, and then it went up, and then it went down, and I'll check up.
Suck at you people that backed out. War Shark says Sergeant Cox sounds like a boss straight out of Postal 2. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to necessarily say I need Sergeant Cock in my life because, phrasing.
Well, you just said it.
I know. No, I know. I purposely set myself up like that. Hey, maybe that'll go viral and it'll get people over here for PHENOMENOVA #16. But anyway, yeah, go to Kickstarter, everybody. The link is in the description. All the links for Vaughn's stuff is in the description of the stream. Go back PHENOMENOVA #3 and the whole series if you haven't checked it out before. You've got 51 hours, probably 50 maybe if I refresh it. I don't know. But basically, it ends on Sunday night. So
yeah,
go back, go out there, back it, pick up all the good stuff, get in on all the PHENOMENOVA goodness, and let's help this man down here provide us with more excellent high quality storytelling, and also let's be able to give him a reason to go on stream so people give him a hard time.
Yeah.
But now, Vaughn, brother, I appreciate you coming on, man. And hanging
I
out.
appreciate you having me, man.
No, of course, dude, of course. And this is something that I like doing. Just having some creators in the indie space that I really like what they got going on. Have them come on. Project Paul is the next guy I'm probably gonna be reaching out to.
Project
set
Paul,
up something.
yes.
Yeah, I initially reached out to him about something for I think at the beginning of the summer. But then unfortunately I had the whole like job situation going on at the end of the spring, and that was weird and everything. So, but now that back on my feet and everything with that, I can start doing some more of this stuff outside of my regularly scheduled streams that I do. So Project Paul is definitely on that list. And then, dude, once Phenomenova 4 is ready to lock, load, and launch, come on back, man. And Phenomenova 5 and 6, 7, all the way up to Phenomenova 69.
Sounds good.
Because at that point, that's when Magnum 69 will make his appearance in issue 69 of Phenomenova.
Of course, naturally.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you, dude. And everybody, ladies and gentlemen, please go back to that Kickstarter. Links in the description. And until next time, folks, remember to be good to yourselves, be good to each other, support your local comic shops, support independent comic creators like this man down here, and support small content creators like myself, and also like this man down here who has his own YouTube channel as well, and Queen Comics wife, Paul Hadouken, who rated over on Rumble earlier, and other friends of the channel. And also Snooty Mims, thank you again for the $10 Rumble rant from earlier in the stream. And I will see you all maybe tomorrow for an impromptu game stream just to close out the month for Rumble, to get my final Rumble payout, because I'm employed again, so this will be the last month. I'll be streaming my ass off for the month. But also come on back on Sunday for the poll list, folks. We'll talk about new comics coming out for the week and all that good stuff. But until then, though, take care, and we'll catch you next time. Later, everybody.
See you guys. Peace.